which highlight the theme that the social class is not something to be valued. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the magic of the drama.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am George Bernard Shaw, an Irish playwright. My Fair Lady is the movie adaptation of my play Pygmalion, which won me great acclaims. It tells a story of a poor young flower girl, Eliza Doolittle, who has been disrespected and overlooked because of her appearance and a dialect she speaks. A professor of phonetics, Henry Higgins, makes a bet that he can train her to pass for a duchess at an ambassador garden party. Let me take you to the first scene, the bet. Don't you stand there, Freddy. Go and get a cab. All right, I'm getting one taxi. Taxi!
Oh, look, where are you going?
Oh, sorry. Freddy, go and get a cab.
Oh, he's your son, isn't he? Well, if you'd done your duties as a mother should, he wouldn't let a poor girl's flower spoil and run away without paying money.
Good heavens.
Cheer up, Calvin. Buy a flower of a poor girl.
Oh, I have it. Wait a minute. Oh, yes, I have 3 ribbons. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, sir.
Liza, there's a man over there taking down every note of what you are saying. Be careful while speaking.
I ain't done nothing wrong by speaking to that gentleman. I am making an honest living.
Who is doing all that shouting?
Oh, sir, don't let him charge me.
There. Who is hurting you, you silly girl? Who do you think I am? I'm just taking notes of you. See?
Oh, what's that? That ain't proper writing. I can't read it.
I can. You said like this. Cheer up, cabin, and buy a flower of a poor gal.
Oh, it's because I called him Captain. Please don't call the cops. I didn't mean to do it.
Oh, don't panic, young girl. He didn't want to hurt you. He is a well-known professor of phonetics. He is just doing an experiment in it.
Scene 1 ends.
Lab.
Some young girl wants to meet you.
How is her accent? Dreadful. Oh, then get her in.
Here is the young woman, sir.
Oh, it's you? She's of no use. Throw her away out of the window.
I have come here to learn from you. You being a phonetic professor, I did not expect you to talk to me like that. I am ready to pay you for what you teach me. I am not asking any favors. He treats me as if I was dirt.
Okay, then, Eliza. Now listen. You're gonna live here for 6 months. Learn to speak beautifully like a lady in a florist shop. If you're good, do whatever you are told. You shall sleep in a proper bedroom, have lots to eat, money to buy chocolates, and take rides in taxis. At the end of 6 months, you shall go to Buckingham Palace in a carriage, beautifully dressed. But if the king finds out you are not a lady, you will be taken by the guards to the Tower of London, and your head will be cut.
Okay, I am ready. I want to be like a lady in a florist shop.
Okay, let's start from the vowels. Say the vowels.
I know the vowels before I come here.
If you know it, Then say it.
A-E-I-O-U.
Oh my goodness, what an awful sound! Say A-E-I-O-U.
That's what I say. A-E.
Eliza, I promise you, if you don't say the vowels properly, there will be no lunch, no dinner, and no chocolates. Say A.
A.
Days passed. Higgins continues training Eliza. After 2 weeks.
Now, read this.
The rhyme in spine stays mainly in the plane.
Eliza, the rain
The rain
in Spain
in Spain
stays mainly in the plain.
stays mainly in the plain.
Now, Eliza, I'm going to put 3 marbles into your mouth. 1, 2, 3. Don't worry, this is just an exercise. Say, how do you do?
How do you do?
Ha, ha.
Ha, ha.
Okay, Hampshire,
Hampshire,
Hereford.
Hereford. Oh, I saw that one.
No problem. I have plenty of them. Here. Hampshire,
Hampshire,
Hereford,
Hereford,
Hartford.
Hartford.
Hurricanes hardly ever happen.
Hurricanes hardly ever happen.
Okay, now spit it out. Okay, ready. Say Hampshire.
Hampshire, Hertford, hardly ever happen.
Oh God.
Eliza trains under Higgins and becomes like a lady. The scene after 3 months.
Now, Eliza, say how do you do?
How do you do? How do you do, Mr. Higgins?
Hey, Pick, what do you say?
I think it's time.
Me too. It's time to show my mother how Eliza has become.
Let her judge your teaching capacity.
To ends.
After months of practice, Professor Higgins makes Eliza to speak. After months of practice, Professor Higgins makes Eliza to speak properly and behave like a lady. Eliza is now ready to be showcased. Student Eliza to his mother. Scene 3 at Mrs. Higgins' house.
Hello, my dear mother.
What are you doing here? It's my home day. You promised me not come. Go home at once.
See, Mom, today Eliza is coming.
But I don't remember inviting her.
Oh, you wouldn't if you had known her.
Indeed, why?
She is just a common flower girl. You have got to consider not only how the girl pronounces, but what she pronounces.
Mr. and Mrs. Ainsford Hill.
Oh heavens!
So good of you to come. Dear Freddie, how do you do? You know my son Henry?
How do you do, Freddie?
Please be seated. Hello, Colonel Pickering.
Hello.
Will you excuse me? Colonel Pickering, Henry. What is the exact position of Eliza? If she is a servant, if not what?
Mrs. Higgins, this is the most interesting experiment Henry has ever done.
This girl regularly fills our life.
Talking Eliza.
Teaching Eliza.
Walking Eliza.
Dressing Eliza.
What?
I have taught her the most inconceivable sounds and smells which regularly fills our life.
Yes, it's quite clear for me now. Miss Doolittle.
How do you do, Mrs. Higgins? Professor Higgins said I might come.
Quiet, right, my dear?
Colonel Pickering, is it not?
How do you do, Miss Doolittle?
Professor Higgins?
Stick to the weather and health.
Lisa, Mrs. Hill. I think I have seen you somewhere. I know your eyes.
How do you do?
My son, Freddie. Sit. Will it rain today, do you think, Eliza?
The rain in Spain, they say, stays mainly in the plain. They say,
How true, Miss Doolittle. But in
Hampshire, Hereford and Hartford, hurricanes hardly ever happen.
Awfully funny.
I hope it does not turn cold. It has so much influence on us. It's like a tradition.
Oh, it's true. My aunt died of influenza. What are you sniggering at?
This new slang, you are doing it awfully well.
If I am doing it proper, then what are you laughing at?
nothing. He meant nothing.
Anyhow, what I always say is, well, I must go now. Goodbye, Mrs. Higgins. So nice to meet you. Goodbye, Miss Hill. Goodbye, Colonel Pickering.
Okay, goodbye all. Thank you.
Higgins then takes Eliza to Buckingham Palace and she wins the hearts of many, even the Queen. She becomes an adorable duchess. The transformation of Eliza would have been impossible without the presence of Professor Higgins. A teacher can only ensure the metamorphosis inside a child. So, let's respect all our teachers at being a noble profession. We salute all our teachers. I hope you all liked my play. Now, our play, Pygmalion.
The performance was one of a kind. Students, your hard work paid off well. Viewers, put your hands together for such a wonderful